I moved into a place that I can't afford and now I'm stuck. I recently moved into a luxury apartment, and though it is nice and I like it and all these other things, I realized that I can't afford it. And when I say I can't afford it, it does not mean I can't pay for it. Like I have
So what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Having enough money and not having enough money are very easily to comprehend. This I'm having a feeling, I'm getting the itch that this just might be a situation to where she only counted her money after she signed up for the thing. She wants to live a certain lifestyle, but after the bills are paid, that lifestyle keeps her trapped, enslaved.
have enough money to pay for it as far as money's in my bank account. But as far as like what I want to do in life, I can't really afford it. In a sense of now I'm in a position where it's like I'm here and I pay so much in rent, it's to the point where it's like I can't even go on a trip right now. Like I can't.
We're talking about trips versus you having a place to stay. I would be more concerned about the money that I couldn't invest. People, oh my God. So if you're renting, of course, people say, well, you're never own. You should have bought a home and it would be cheaper than rent. Okay, cool, cool, cool. But she would be hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt at that point. That's number one. Number two, we talking about vacations. Look, she looks like she's in her 20s, maybe early 20s, mid 20s. I'm 28. I'm so glad I didn't get wrapped up into the trip culture. Oh, let's go on vacation here. Let's go in here and there. Now, listen, we going on a cruise in about 2 to 3 months. Don't get me wrong. We're going to have a blast. But I'm not in debt. I'm not in debt for that cruise, at least. I got some student loans. I got a car note. But guess what? I'm not in debt. Not with no vacation. Well, I got all praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. I have enough money to have a lot of fun on that cruise. I do my finances every Sunday, recalibrate, make sure I'm not overspending in any categories. And people my age, I just don't get it. It's like living backwards. It's like, let's have all the fun now and go on vacations. And then later on, we'll focus on having kids and building a financial future. I'm building my financial future now, right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing no games, man. I wouldn't want to be 35, 40, 50 years old, struggling financially. And I get it. Life happens. But if it's one thing that I control, which are my finances, why not start now? Like I'm promised tomorrow. Look, some of y'all might be like, well, Jay, you ain't promised tomorrow. So, you go on vacation while you can. Look, bruh. Look. No.
Like, and I haven't traveled in a while, and I'm very big on traveling. Like, I'm very big on going out and stuff like that. And I can't really do it as much as I would like to because it's like I can't afford it. And I don't know why we do this to ourselves. Like, I don't know why when we feel like we get a new job or we start making money, more money and stuff like that, it's like, oh, I have to increase my living expenses because that.
Okay. I'm so glad she said that. Shout out to this creator, man. Shout out to this creator because most of the time we don't hear people talk like this about their own choices. They got this victim mentality, but I like where this is going.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, well, now I'm making more money. So it just makes sense for me to get a nicer place. It just makes sense for me to get a luxury apartment because I'm making this amount of money and people who make this amount of money live in this kind of place. And like I said before, I like where I live. It's really nice. It's, really cool and everything, but it's like at what expense? And I feel like a lot of people.
But it was worth it when you made that decision. Right. And it's because you making more. And most people never get taught when you make more, you know what I'm saying? You want to keep your percentages the same. So yeah, you can increase, you know what I'm saying, in a certain category, but while everything else is increasing, that's how you win that game. Right. I don't believe in cutting everything off while you're making more because a lot of people can't take that emotional distance when it comes down to gratifying themselves. And then they'll burn out and then splurge on a lot of money. And then they'll end up in the same situation of living paycheck to paycheck. You know what I'm saying? But I remember a couple years ago seeing someone that graduated a couple years before me in high school, and he got a raise at a job. I don't know what he did for work, but he had like a Mustang, and then he went over to like a Corvette or something like that. But he basically, the caption on his Instagram page was, with the new job comes the new car. And I didn't know a thing about credit, didn't know a thing about managing finances. Besides that one thing, that was a dumb decision. Like, that was dumb. Like, he had just gotten that car a year ago. It was brand new, looked clean and everything. Probably nothing wrong with it. With the new car comes, with the new job comes the new car. Like, bro, like you, like, bro, you're putting yourself on the hamster wheel, man.
Who don't understand the difference between, yes, you can afford it as far as like money in your account, but you can't really afford it for real, for real. Like, I'm in a position I honestly and truly can say, like, if something drastic would happen, knock on wood, I pray not, I don't know if I'll be able to afford it. In a sense of, I do.
See, why would you want to be putting yourself in that position? That right there makes me not want to spend my money I got right now. You know what I'm saying? Makes me want to invest more. Makes me want to create more so I can create more income, so I can invest more income.
Have money saved up. But for example, my best friend, right? She totaled her car recently. And so she literally has to buy a new car this weekend. She just totaled her car like 2-3 days ago. She has to buy a new car this weekend. I honestly and truly could say, if I had to buy a new car right now, I would be screwed. Because it's like, dang, like, do I really have enough money to? Because so much of my money has going to me upgrading my lifestyle. And I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like we have this mindset in a sense of like, oh, when I start making more money, I have to drive a certain kind of car. I have to live in a certain kind of place. I have to be a certain kind of person.
Yeah, and it's because people don't look at the numbers before they look at the thing. You know, it's nothing wrong with having nice things, I believe, but at the cost of just wanting the thing and then figuring out the numbers later, like, I'm good. For example, the way I set my goals now, based off the mentors that I've had, shout out to Anton Daniels and Myron Golden, they've taught me to have percentages. So respectfully, they'll say something like, well, and they're millionaires, by the way. They'll say something like, I only live off of like 5 to 10% of my income. And I'm like, damn, how much money do they really make? And then I figure out how much my bills are that I need: food, groceries, living expenses, car insurance. You know, right now my car note. And I figure out, okay, well, if my monthly expenses are like $1,200, that they must be paid every single month, $1,200 a month, right? Then that has to be 5% of whatever I'm making monthly. And then I come up with that number and I'm like, oh, I need to make a lot more money. Now, some of you might be wondering, Jay, $1,200 a month isn't a lot. I know it isn't. You know, it's because I downgraded my living like crazy, moved back in with loved ones, right? Group living, or whatever you call it, being in a group home or whatever. We splitting it, baby. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I want to live my lifestyle. I'm like, I got that 10% mindset. I got to make enough to where my bills are just 10% of my income. Most people look at the shiny stuff that they want: a car, a home, an apartment, luxury apartment, shoes, a vacation. Oh, I'm going to get this, that, and the third. And then they end up, man, I hope I don't run into an emergency.
And it's like, the place I was living before, it was nothing wrong with it. It was nice. It was cool. I mean, it wasn't as quote unquote nice as the place I'm living now. But at the same time, it's like, what is it worth? At least before, you know, when I wanted to, I can go on trips and I can do different things. And it's just like the same problems that I was having before, I have again, because I feel like every time I want to, like, I level up my lifestyle, I feel like I have to level up all the problems with it. And it's like, that's why I truly never level up. Because it's like,
Yo, that's deep though. I'm glad she's actually being truthful and authentic, because a lot of people will not admit that for whatever reason. On the second hand, I also believe the way I look at money now is like having a certain level of freedom. You know, if I have a certain amount of money in my stocks, in my investment, my brokerage account, you know, in my savings account, then that is my freedom. I'm buying back my freedom, I'm buying back my time. You know what I'm saying? For here's another example. This month, it's March 31st as of today's date. And it's 11:33 p.m. But this month in March, we hit a new record on YouTube for YouTube revenue. All right. Last month in February, we made like $86. It was my first month monetized in February 2026. And this month, March 2026, we ended up making like $120. So we made about 20 to 25% more money than last month, which is good. That's growth. So as I was recording this show earlier on, I picked up DoorDash. That was like 15 bucks. Now, granted, I don't need DoorDash, but it's also 11:30. I wake up tomorrow, go to my 9 to 5, 5 days a week. I'm going to order some DoorDash. You know what I'm saying? And that YouTube money hasn't even hit yet. And I got paid today as well from the 9 to 5. That's not me bragging. That's me literally showing you how I live and how I look at money. I'm buying back my freedom. I am making money right now. My videos are making money right now for whoever's watching the videos. And I'm also investing money to get my time back so I can put that time back into an asset that's going to make me money while I'm asleep. That's the cheat code. Not buying things while you make more, you spend more, that doesn't make you more money. People buy things, liabilities that don't earn them more money. And that's the trap. There's only liabilities and assets in this world. There's nothing you can't, there's no gray line. All right. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below and subscribe if you like the content. If you are ready to start making money as a creator on YouTube, you want to go ahead and click the link in the description down below to the Cash Flow Creator Club. All right. The link is a school link. I just launched it. Go ahead and get started. I'm really excited to show up every single month with you all and give you value about how I'm starting to make more and more money on YouTube as a creator with things that I'm passionate about. All right. Anyways, I will see you guys later on. I'm out. Peace.